we were done with where did we leave last in the last class we were done with private defense. We also completed abetment. ठीक है. Now कौन सा पार्ट था अबेटमेंट का? We were done with section 114. We also discussed this case known as Kulwant Singh versus State of Bihar जिसमें when will section 14 it was held, when what are the situation for section 114 and what are the situations for 109. Fine. Basically that is what we had studied in the last lecture, and then we were going to the part that we were approaching was that what if abetment is committed, but the consequence is not committed. मतलब एक्ट अबेट हुआ है बट जो अबेटेड पर्सन है उसने ऑफेंस कमिट नहीं किया है, then under what provisions will the abetter will be liable? So that is provided under 115. That we'll be reading it in this session. Now before proceeding थोड़ा फट एक बार रिवाइज कर लेते हैं whatever we studied in the previous sessions. मतलब it has been around a month or so I don't think you guys must be remembering it. एक बार फटाफट अबेटमेंट पूरा सा थोड़ा फास्ट रैप अप कर लेते हैं in 15 minutes or so. See, we started okay, so we had started with abetment. ठीक है. Now abetment में I had told you that see 107 section 107 only defines abetment. It does not say that see abetment is an offense. वो बोलता है कि हाँ these following three aspects are abetment, but it does not say what is an offense and whether abetment is an offense. Section 108 it defines the abetter also, and it also says that see abetment of an offense is an offense. So what is an offense? Abetment of an offense. Fine. And ultimately the punishment is provided in section 106 to 109 1016 sorry 109 to 1016 109 to 1016 ये sections में punishment has been provided. Now 107 talks about three types of abetment. It divides abetment into three aspects. तो पहला है instigation, and the second aspect is conspiracy, and the third is intentional aiding. Fine. Now the moment you instigate anyone, you actively provoke or instigate anyone, the act is said to be abetted. So abetment तब होता है the moment you instigate anyone in the case of instigation. Fine. But that is not the case with conspiracy. In conspiracy you will have to do an act in furtherance. You will have to do something in furtherance with the conspiracy, with the mutual agreement. Examples हमने काफी discuss किए थे कि two people together they agree to kill C and they decide to procure a gun. So that procuring of gun is an act in furtherance of the conspiracy. So the moment you do any act in furtherance of commission of abetment, that is abetment. That will amount to abetment in cases of conspiracy. So conspiracy may you need a furtherance act. You need a supporting act to make you liable, to make anyone liable. Intentional aiding may the thing is the actual offense or the ultimate offense has to be committed. The actual offense or the ultimate act has to be committed. For example, example भी discuss किया था हमने इसका कि A gives a particular gun to B and B is supposed to use that gun to kill C. Now if B does not kill C, then will A be liable for abetment? The answer was no. But under which offense he will be liable? A will be liable under which offense? याद आ रहा है? हेलो?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ, he'll be liable under which offense? He will not be liable for abetment, but for what offense he'll be liable?
Sir, 511.
Yes, attempt to abetment. He'll be liable for attempt to abetment of an act. Attempt to abetment of an offense. Absolutely. And then after this, we discussed about 109 and 114. The difference between 109 and 114. I had told you, see, abetment का कोई अपना punishment नहीं है. So it borrows the punishment from the main act, main section, the offense actually committed. So, for instance, A instigates B to commit a murder of C, and and B commits the murder. So, see, B will be liable for 302 murder, right? Now, A will be liable for 109, but punishment will be borrowed from 302. फाइन, क्लियर है? मतलब जो पनिशमेंट बी को मिलेगी, हाँ, सेम पनिशमेंट इसे, मतलब सेम पनिशमेंट का पैरामीटर इसके लिए, इसके ऊपर लगेगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, पनिशमेंट फॉर 302 इज व्हाट? इट्स डेथ और life imprisonment. So even in this case, he will get death or either life imprisonment. So you borrow the punishment from the main, the offense actually committed, and then comes the act of one. Then comes the situation of 1014. 1014 एक constructive liability carve out करता है. Now, for instance, A tells B कि you go and kill C, and after here on this occasion they discuss. uh, A instigates him to kill C, and after this discussion, when B goes to kill C, A is present there. So since A is present, he will be constructively liable. Now, what is the difference between constructively liable and ordinary 109? The difference is that in this section, A will be liable for 302 itself, not for any other section. He'll be liable for 302 read with 114. ठीक है? And I had also told you its relation with section 75, which deals with enhancement of sentence. याद है?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. एंड मैंने और बताया था कि कुछ कुछ और प्रोविजंस हैं आईपीसी में which carve out constructive liability, and these are the three main provisions: section 34, 149 और 114. ठीक है? And we had dealt with 114. अब 114 के लिए I had discussed this case, कुलवंत सिंह versus स्टेट ऑफ बिहार. स्टेट ऑफ बिहार. अब इसमें बेसिकली क्या था? इसमें दे हैड कार्व्ड आउट 3 situations. The first situation is that what if A and B decide to murder C, and they both go and murder C. In this case, they will be held liable under 109. मतलब A will be held liable under 109 because he has instigated B, and they both went there and they killed B killed C. Say B killed C, but he will be liable for 109 because there is no element of separation. For 114 to be applicable, there has to be an element of separation, as in A instigates B and then he separates from him, and then on the date of occurrence he is present there to ensure that that B commits the offense. So then only 1014 will be applicable, and not in every case. ये clear है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Wait, let me see if I'm missing anything. हाँ, अल्टीमेटली फिर मैंने एंड में ये बताया था कि आपको कि सी पनिशमेंट एस्पेक्ट of abatement is divided into two parts. One is if the ultimate offense, the offense which is abetted, is committed, the ultimate offense is committed, then he will be liable under 109. The abettor will be liable under 109, or he will be liable under 114, constructive liability, if he separated and then he was present on the date of occurrence. And then what if the offense is not committed? Ultimate offense अगर commit नहीं हुआ, he will still be liable for abatement, right? Because instigation में क्या है? Mere instigation is an offense, so you will have to make him liable. So if the offense is not committed, then he will be liable under 115, section 115 and section 116. And today we'll start with section 115 and 16. And then slowly, then we'll move on to section 111 and section 113. And here we'll understand the difference between both of them. As in, basically it carves out a situation wherein the intention or knowledge of the abetted person, for instance, A abets B. Now, ideally, they are two separate persons, and A abets B to commit an offense. Now, ideally, they are two separate persons. They ought to have a different intention or knowledge in most cases. In such cases, what will be the scenario? That is answered in section 110. And then if a different offense is committed, then what will be the scenario? That is answered in 111. And what if the offense is aggravated? That is answered in 113. इसके बाद ये करेंगे. First, we'll move on to section 115. Open section 115.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
I had read a case, and the case name is Rohtas and another versus State of Haryana. And in that, it was said that the Supreme Court held that a charge under section 149 can be altered to section 34 if common intention among accused is proved.
Yeah, absolutely. This is correct. In fact, this case has been upheld in Mala Singh versus State of Haryana, 2019, I believe. Justice A.M. Sapre. Now, obviously, when we'll come to 34 and 149, then we'll understand what exactly it means. Because see, I suggest that you wait for 34 and 149.
Okay, sir.
You will enjoy this part, and this is a very interesting part. Okay.
So, a question,
wait.
in totality, how many classes of IPC have taken place till now?
In totality, I believe 12 in the last, 12 in the first month, and then there were about 6 classes, I believe. So 12, 18, and 17, 17 around. I'm not very sure. I haven't calculated. I'll have to calculate. Around 20-ish around, I believe.
So, can you please share the list of the topics which we have covered till now for the new batch? Because I have no idea about the IPC classes which held before.
Sure. I'll share it after this. This is done. I'll share the list with you. Okay.
Thanks a lot, sir.
No issues. Now, okay. Where was I? Okay. Wait. We were done with 114, right? Now let us proceed to 115. Guys, open 115. Oh. Are you guys on 115?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wait, can someone read for me? Yes.
So may I?
Yeah, sure, read.
Okay. 115. Abatement of offense punishable with death or imprisonment for life, if offense not committed. Whoever abates the commission of an offense punishable with death or imprisonment for life shall, if that offence be not committed in consequence of the abatement, and no express provision is made by this code for the punishment of such abatement, be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years, and shall also be liable to fine.
Okay. So yes. See, so what 106, 100, section 100 and 115 subsection 1 is trying to say that, see, if the offense is not committed, and if the offense had it been committed, then it would have been punishable with life imprisonment or death. Then the person who is abetting, the abettor, will be liable of imprisonment of 7 years. Now, what if A instigates B, and what does B do? A instigates B to kill C, and what does B do? B tries his best to kill C, and in that act, hurt is caused to B. Now, in such cases, obviously, you will have to make A liable for that hurt also, right? And and obviously, the now the abatement should the punishment for abatement should be aggravated, right? So that is exactly what the situation is. That situation is answered by section 115.2. Read 100 and section 15.2.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
If act causing harm be done in consequence, and if any act for which the abater is liable in consequence of the abatement, and which causes hurt to any person, is done, the abater shall be liable to imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 14 years, and shall also be liable to fine.
Yes. So if the hurt is caused, then the imprisonment will extend to 14 years. Fine, and also fine plus fine, and even here plus fine. Fine. Now section 115 provides for offenses which are punishable with death and life imprisonment. What about other offenses? Other offenses are provided in, the answer for other offenses is provided in section 116. Let us read section 116.
Sir, the section says if no express provision is made. So, is there any express provision in this regard also?
As in, where is it provided? Please read.
Section 115.
Hmm.
Uh,
Whoever
who
abets commission of. Yes, express provision is made, na? Abatement to suicide is there. If no express provision is made for making the abatement punishable in any other section, are you understanding?
Yes,
अगर
sir.
कोई और सेक्शन नहीं अबेटमेंट को पनिश कर रहा है, देन दिस विल अप्लाई ना.
Understood, sir.
ठीक है. Now section 116. Section 116 says abatement of offense punishable with imprisonment if offense be not committed. Whoever abets an offense punishable with imprisonment shall, if the offense be not committed in the consequences of the abatement, and no express provision is made by the code for the punishment of such abatement, be punished with imprisonment of any description for that offense for a term which may extend to 1/4 part of the longest provided for that offense, or with such fine as may be such fine as may be provided for that offense, or with both. So in this case, 1/4 of the maximum punishment which is provided for that offense. Fine. Now what if this is committed, what if the act is actually committed by a public servant? What will be the situation then? That is answered by para 2. See, para 2 says that if the abettor as in the person who is actually abetting, in this case A is the public servant, or the person abetted, B is the public servant. फाइन, दोनों में से कोई भी पब्लिक सर्वेंट हो, ठीक है. If the abettor or the person abetted be public servant whose duty it is to prevent offense, and if the abettor or the abetted is a public servant whose duty is to prevent the commission of such offense, the abettor shall be punished with the imprisonment for that offense for a term which may extend to half. So in this case, the half of longest, half of maximum punishment, half of maximum punishment. Fine.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now let us start with section 110. अब यहाँ से interesting होगा. See, read section. Can anyone read section 110?
So may I?
Yeah, sure. Read.
Section 110, classification of offense. Punishment of abetment if person abetted does act with different intention from that of abettor. Whoever abets the commission of an offense shall, if the person abetted does the act with a different intention or knowledge from that of the abettor, be punished with the punishment provided for the offense which would have been committed if the act had been done with the intention or knowledge of the abettor and with no other.
ये हमने थोड़ा पढ़ा है. थोड़ा किसी को याद आ रहा है?
So it means if the person abetted for murder and that person committed some other offense, the abettor will get the punishment for murder, abatement of murder.
Not exactly what this is trying to say. That situation is in subsequent section 110 में exactly it is similar to the latter part of section 108. Remember latter part of 108? किसी को याद है? For instance, A abets B, and B is say a child less than 7 years of age. Now obviously law says that this fellow can have no knowledge and intention, and B, in consequences of that instigation, commits the murder of C. Is this are you guys understanding? ये याद है?
Yes, sir.
याद है? In this case, we would presume that C, we would deem that C would be capable, so that A is held liable. We will deem that B is capable, so that A is held liable. Yes, obviously we won't punish B, but for the sake of abetment, we will deem B to be capable, and we will hold A liable. Now, similar scenario है, but थोड़ा difference है, because see, in no sense, there are rarely any cases wherein intention of both the parties is same. So अगर intention और knowledge दोनों parties की अलग है, you will deem that this fellow had the same intention as the abettor. Fine, you will deem that this fellow had the same intention as the abettor, and you will hold abettor liable accordingly. Let us read the section again. समझ में आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whoever abets the commission of an offense shall, if the person abetted does the act with a different intention or knowledge from that of the abettor, be punished with punishment provided for the offense which would have been committed if the act had been done with the intention of the abettor and with no other. ठीक है? So you will presume that you will deem that this act was done with the intention of the abettor. ठीक है? Now second issue जो which Komal rightly pointed out. For instance, A tells B to say to say kill C, and he goes to kill C, but during that course he also steals something from C. Now the question is whether in this case you will hold A liable for this theft also.
No. No, sir.
Okay. Okay. What if this situation happens? What if this situation happens? Razia says yes. What if this happens? Uh, A tells B to burn house of C. To burn house of C. And incidentally, on that day, C is staying in his house. And even C dies. Fine. Now see, A abetted B to cause mischief. A ने तो mischief करने के लिए उसको बोला. A का अबेटमेंट क्या है? बट इसने क्या कर दिया? इसने दो चीजें कर दी. इसने मिस्चीफ भी कॉज किया and he also committed murder. Now whether A will be liable for murder as well along with mischief.
It will be seen as if is it a probable consequence of the mischief?
Absolutely. Exactly, that is what answer under section 111. अब फिर से पढ़ते हैं एक बार. Open section 111. Are you guys on 111?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When an act is abetted and a different act is done, the abetter is liable for the act done in the same manner and to the same extent as if he had directly abetted it. Fine. Now here they don't answer this situation. Here they are saying that he will be liable in the same manner and to the extent he had directly abetted it. तो उतनी हद तक वो liable होगा जहां तक उसने abet किया है. Fine, fair enough. Now proviso answers this question. Proviso says that provided the act done was a probable consequence of the abetment and was committed under the influence of instigation or with aid in pursuance of conspiracy which constituted the abetment. So the proviso says that if the act जो separate act है, that is the probable consequences of the abetted act, then in that case the abetter will be liable for that act as well. Now in this case murder is a probable consequences क्योंकि आप किसी का घर जला रहे हो. So what if he is inside and you know and this fellow burns the house? So in that case yes it can be a case of probable consequence ये है कि yes he might die. Now what if this happens? A tells B to kill C. And what does B do? B first rapes C and then kills her. Now in this case, rape is not the probable consequences of the actual act which is instigated. जो actual act उसको बोला है करने के लिए उसका probable consequence है ही नहीं. Killing का probable consequences rape नहीं है. So in this case, A will not be held liable for rape, but yes, abetment of rape, but he will be liable for abetment of murder. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
ठीक है. Now the beauty of this provision is that see, nowhere they have mentioned that the abettor must have knowledge that this offense is to be committed. The prosecution has to prove that the abettor had knowledge that this offense might be committed. We deem his knowledge. We deem that he had knowledge of all the probable consequences. We deem the abettor's knowledge. ठीक है. अब इसका रैशनल क्या है? रैशनल ये है कि सी the moment abettor instigated or abetted commission of an offense, so it is implicit ये मानना जाता है कि implicit है कि he instigated or abetted, he abetted every probable consequences as well. हर आसपास की चीज भी उसने अबेट कर दी, ठीक है। सो ऐसे केस में एक ऑब्जेक्टिव प्रूफ लेते हो, द प्रोसिक्यूशन हैज टू प्रूव ओनली वन थिंग। उसे नॉलेज नहीं प्रूव करनी कि अरे हाँ क्या पता कि अबेटर को पता था कि इससे ये हो जाएगा या नहीं। प्रोसिक्यूशन हैज टू प्रूव एन ऑब्जेक्टिव प्रूफ। ऑब्जेक्टिव प्रूफ क्या रहेगा? वो ऑब्जेक्टिव प्रूफ सिर्फ इतना ही रहेगा कि बॉस, whether this thing, whether the second act which is committed or the subsidiary act which is committed is a probable consequences or not. If it is probable consequences, the abettor will be liable for that as well, because in such cases knowledge is implicit. Clear hai?
Yes, sir.
And in such cases abettor will be liable in same sense and in same consequences, as if he had actually abetted that act. Abetted that he had actually abetted that act. We will deem that he had actually abetted that act. ठीक है? So it creates a sort of legal fiction, you can say.
Sir, can you explain illustration C in section 111?
Wait a sec. A instigates B and C to break into an inhabited house at midnight for the purpose of robbery and provides them with arms for that purpose. B and C break into the house, and being resisted by Z, one of the inmates murders Z. Here, if the murder was probable consequences of abetment, A is liable for the punishment. ठीक तो है?
Can we say
A
provided for robbery is murder of Z a probable consequence?
wait, let me explain. See, A provided B and C with arms. Now, the moment he provided with arms, obviously, we don't have to establish knowledge, but the moment he provided with arms, it is implicit that that he wanted them to evade any resistance. कोई भी resistance आए उसको हटाने के लिए मतलब that is something which is probable, that was a probable consequences, and that is the reason he provided them with arms. And when they go to this fellow's house and some of the persons resisted, B and C, they cause their death. Now in this case, obviously, since their death is the probable consequences of A's abetment to robbery, so he will also be liable for abetment to murder. Clear hai?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now ठीक है, इतना ही था. हाँ, for instance, now ये केस हो गया. A abets B to cause mischief by fire to see his house. And now mischief by fire किस में provided है? Mischief by fire in a say in a dwelling house. कौन से section में? Guys search. बहुत important section.
103.
No, 103 कैसे?
103 thirdly mischief by no it's not that
103 नहीं है, that is defense.
yes sir understood.
सर्च करो, ये चार्ज फ्रेमिंग में आता है एमपी में. दिस इज देयर फेवरेट पार्ट. इट इज प्रोवाइडेड अंडर 436 एज फार एज आई नो. एक बार चेक कर लेना, ठीक है. 430, yes, less than 100 होगा और more than 100 होगा, right Razia, is that so? So now see, The moment he burns house of C, B will be liable under 436. Now if C is staying in this house, C घर में है, so B will also be liable for 302. And अब इसकी क्या liability होगी? He will be liable first for abetment of mischief by fire under section 109, right? And then he will be liable for abetment of murder under section 109 again. 109 again. ठीक है? क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? ओके. और एक और एग्जाम्पल था. हाँ, बस that is it. Now let us read section 112. Then we'll move on to section 113.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt regarding section 110.
Yes.
Section 110 talks about the person who is a punishment for the person who has been abated, and not about the punishment for the abater, right?
When the act is abated, wait, let us read. When the whoever abets the commission of an offense shall abetter, if the abated does the act with a different intention. So whoever abets the commission of an offense, abetter. Okay,
sir.
ठीक है. Let us move on to section 112. Are you guys on 112?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. If the act for which the abetter is liable under the last preceding section is committed in addition to the act abetted and constitutes a distinct offense, the abetter is liable for each of such offenses. Obviously, what it is trying to say that the other offense which will be committed will be a distinct offense. Distinct offense होगा, and the abetter will be liable for that act. Abetter will be liable for that act. Now there is this one thing that is provided in CRPC. Now, have you guys read charge? The old students must have read. A distinct offense has a distinct charge.
Separate charges shall be framed for separate.
Absolutely. Offenses. And a separate charge will result into a separate trial. Fine. But there is also a situation of joinder of charges. Now, one of the situation of joinder is provided in section 220 subsection 1, if I am not wrong, which provides that if the offenses are committed in same transaction, एक ही transaction में offense commit हुए, तो सारे offense को एक ही trial में आप join कर दीजिए, सारे charges को एक ही trial में आप join कर दीजिए. So in this case, joinder is very much possible because both the offenses, in the cases of probable consequences, both the offenses are generally, in fact, in every case they are committed in the same transaction. So in this case, joinder is possible. Joinder of charges is possible. Because same transaction. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, एक important बात है कि when 111 is involved, so before proceeding with obviously the trial will be conducted for both the offenses, जैसे abetment of murder and abetment of abetment of mischief and abetment of murder. A trial will be conducted for both the offenses. In fact, both the assuming that both the charges are joined, दोनों charges joined कर दिए गए हैं, तो पहले आपको क्या प्रूव करना पड़ेगा? पहले आपको प्रूव करना पड़ेगा probable consequences. Now you will have to obviously take an objective test that whether under reasonable circumstances or ordinary circumstances, the act which is committed by the abetted person is the probable consequences of the act which is actually abetted. समझ में आ रही है बात?
Yes, sir.
क्लियर है? अब आते हैं सेक्शन 113 पे. Now ओपन सेक्शन 113. अब इसमें क्या है? इसमें एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, द एक्ट इज सेम, एक्ट सेम है, बट द कॉन्सिक्वेंस डिफर्स और द कॉन्सिक्वेंस बिकम्स aggravated. Consequence becomes aggravated. For instance, A abets B to cause grievous hurt to C. ठीक है, और साथ में लाठी दे देता है कि you take this लाठी and you cause grievous hurt to C. Now B takes up लाठी and he breaks the head of C and eventually C dies. Now in this case, वो क्या cause करने की कोशिश कर रहा है? He is trying to cause grievous hurt. Sorry, what he was abetted, what he was asked to do, he was asked to cause grievous hurt, but उसने क्या कर दिया? उसने commit कर दिया murder. Now this is an aggravative sort of aggravative incident. इसमें act एक ही किया है ना उसने, बस ये कि consequence aggravate कर दिया. उसमें कैसे act दो हो गए थे? उसमें act उसने दो कर दिए थे. For example, एक में उसने थेफ्ट किया और एक में उसने रॉबरी कर दी और फिर उसे गन दिया था, जैसे रेजिस्ट किया तो उसने मार दिया. सो टू एक्ट्स वर कमिटेड. इन दिस केस ओनली वन एक्ट इज कमिटेड. इट्स जस्ट दैट द कॉन्सिक्वेंस बिकम्स एग्रीवेटेड. उसके हाथ से जो अबेटेड पर्सन है वो ज्यादा कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस कर लेता है जोश में. ठीक है. इन दिस केस फॉर व्हाट ऑफेंसेस ए विल बी हेल्ड लायबल, दैट इज बीन प्रोवाइडेड इन सेक्शन 113. एक बार पढ़ते हैं. Are you guys on 113?
Yes, sir.
When an act is abetted with the intention on the part of the abetter of causing a particular effect, and an act for which the abetter is liable in consequences for abetment causes a different effect, मतलब effect different कर देता है from that intended by the abetter, the abetter is liable for the effect caused in the same manner and to the same extent as if he had abetted the act with the intention of causing the effect, provided he knew that the act abetted was likely to cause the effect. So what they are trying to say that, see, abetter will be held liable. Abetter will be held liable, but you will have to prove, the prosecution will have to prove that he had knowledge that this consequences would be caused. This aggravating consequences would be caused. ठीक है.
So, sir, can we take this part under probable consequence as well, right? Like it's same.
No, probable consequences में section 111 में क्या है? Section 111 में you are causing two acts. इसमें act एक है. इनमें you are causing two acts, and you are held liable for each act distinctly, right? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
In this case, act is one. You are causing only one act. It's just that the consequences gets aggravative. अब इसने सिर्फ मारी तो लाठी ही है, ये हो गया कि मर गया बंदा. फाइन. उसमें कैसे थे? दो एक्ट हो रहे थे, एक्चुअली दो एक्ट हो रहे थे. ठीक है.
Yes, sir. Understood.
So that is the
Sir,
reason.
but the reasoning is same.
Yeah.
Like
So, yeah.
cause
So
that effect.
say.
Sir, in section 113, it says likely to cause that effect, and in section 111, it says probable consequence. So they are somewhat similar.
Somewhat, yes, you can say the idea behind them is similar, but sections per se are not similar. दो बेसिक डिफरेंस हैं. पहले तो दो एक्ट हो रहे हैं यहाँ पर और इसमें एक एक्ट हो रहा है. एंड दूसरा, इसमें यू विल हैव टू प्रूव द नॉलेज ऑफ द अक्यूज्ड, that he actually had knowledge of the consequences. He actually had the knowledge that ये consequence होगा. इसमें नॉलेज नहीं प्रूव करने की जरूरत. मैंने पहले बताया था ना कि आपको ये नहीं प्रूव करने की whether he had knowledge. You will take an objective test. You will take an objective test that whether this act is a probable consequences of the actual act which has been abetted. समझ में आ रही है?
बट सर मतलब आई अंडरस्टूड दैट पार्ट, बट सर इवन 113 में भी वहां पे नॉलेज उसको यही होना चाहिए ना कि दैट प्रोबेबल कॉन्सिक्वेंस हो सकता है ऐसा कि व्हाट इफ ये अगर मर्डर करने जाएगा तो वहां पे किसी को इंजरी हो सकती है.
हाँ, एब्सोल्युटली प्रोबेबल कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस मतलब जो एग्रीवेटिंग इफेक्ट, प्रोबेबल कॉन्सिक्वेंस कह लो बट एग्रीवेटिंग इफेक्ट. यहाँ पर इसकी नॉलेज जरूरी नहीं है. यहाँ पर एक ऑब्जेक्टिव टेस्ट लोगे कि कोर्ट देखेगा कि हाँ रीजनेबली क्या ये ऑफेंस हो सकता है इस ऑफेंस के साथ अगर कोई कमिट करने गया तो. इसमें यू विल सी द नॉलेज ऑफ द अबेटर.
ओके सर, ओके.
टू होल्ड हिम लायबल.
So,
Yes.
what's the example you gave where somebody strikes somebody with a stick on their head? So they went with the knowledge that okay, I'll cause grievous hurt.
Yes.
But वो accidentally the person dies. तो वहाँ knowledge कैसे exactly आ जाएगा? क्योंकि वो मारने के intention से तो नहीं गया था ना.
See, for instance, अभी इसमें इस केस में बी ने से उसको दिया कि भाई you cause C's death. Sorry, you cause grievous hurt to C. And what does this fellow do? Sorry, you cause grievous hurt to C. And he gives an stick to him. वो stick देता है उसे. अब ये क्या करता है, ये B ज्यादा जोश में आ जाता है and he strikes a blow on C's head. Vital part पे strike कर देता है. Now in this case, A को पता होना चाहिए जब वो एक लकड़ी दे रहा है एंड ऐसी लकड़ी दे रहा है जिससे डेथ कॉज हो सकती है, सो ही आउट टू हैव नॉलेज दैट, हम मानेंगे कि यार he had knowledge that since grievous hurt is being caused and you are giving him a weapon, and if such weapon is striken upon any vital part, death will be caused, then you will hold him liable for death as well. Is this clear?
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir,
Yes.
you gave that example of burning the house. So in that act also only a single act is done, that is the burning the house, but the death is caused. So will it be treated under section 113?
No, it will be treated under section 111 because two offenses are involved. Fine. एक valid doubt है. See,
Sir, but even in 113 there are two offenses, grievous hurt and death.
you will charge a person for killing the victim and as well as for causing grievous hurt. For instance, B kills C. B kills C, right? Now death has been caused. You can't make him liable for grievous hurt. You will have to charge him for murder. Is this clear? Hello?
Sir, this example is clear. But
Yeah.
what about that burning the house example?
Yeah.
Because
Wait. See, for example, A instigates B to burn the house, and B accordingly burns the house of C. And C is inside the house, and he sees C is inside the house. Still, he burns the house. It doesn't matter. Now, in this case, you can say the act was one, but the offenses are two, right? You can say,
yes, sir.
okay, fine, he burned the house, but obviously he committed two offenses. One is 436 and the other is 302. Now when offenses are 2, now what point 111 में हम क्या डिबेट कर रहे हैं कि यार इसने तो instigate सिर्फ ये offense के लिए किया, so can we still make him liable for this offense? So that is what we are debating. And proviso says that okay, fine, if this second offense is the probable consequences, then you can hold him liable. Fine. Now 113 में क्या scene है? 113 says that see, if A instigates B to commit say only hurt, सिर्फ hurt बोलता है कि यार C का तू सिर्फ hurt करके आ, and in consequences this fellow causes him grievous hurt. Now he did not intend to abet him for grievous hurt. Will we still hold him liable? So the section says that see, if he had the knowledge that the effect of the main act will be the aggravating act, then you will hold him liable. Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
ठीक है. Now up. Yes.
One last
Yes.
example.
Yeah.
You suppose somebody enters somebody's house with the intention to rob the house, but in the process he ends up murdering someone.
Yes.
So that would fall under 111, right?
Absolutely. Two offenses, two acts. One is robbery, the other is murder. Now
But
yes. Say.
I wanted to know the difference only. Like you kind of have a idea that you might encounter someone in a house you're going to rob. So over there, like something might happen.
Yes, that is the thing. That is the thing. So see, that is the thing. See, two offenses are involved, right? Here, two offenses are committed by the abetted person. So when two offenses are committed by the abetted person, दो offense करता है abetted person, तो we tend to debate for which offense will the abetter be liable, the actual offense or जो subsequent भी हुआ है. So उसमें you will have to see that okay, fine, is this the probable consequences? Now, for instance, ऐसा भी हो सकता है. Now the illustration that they have given that A gave him arms. A ने सब arms दिए उसको, बोला कि जाओ robbery करके आओ, and you break into this fellow's house. What if such a thing happens? A says that see, I won't give you arms, and you will just have to steal this TV from his place. And if he resists, don't do anything. Just come out of there. Now here the probable consequence. Is not the second offense. In that process, if B murders C, then that won't be considered as probable consequences. ठीक है? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
And ऐसा नहीं है कि हर offense में actually what test of probable consequences ऐसा है कि you will see test ऐसा है probable consequences का, you will have to have an objective test. Objective test मतलब पहले तुमको reasonable circumstances देखने पड़ेंगे. You will have to consider the reasonable person, and you will have to see that whether reasonable person in this reasonable circumstances would have committed this second offense. अगर हाँ, तो yes, this is a probable consequences. अगर ना, so you won't hold the abettor liable, and this is not a probable consequence. ठीक है? अब that is not the case with 113, and that is where they differ largely. 113 uses the word knowledge. अब इसमें important part क्या है? Important है knowledge of the abettor. Whether abettor had knowledge that this consequence would be caused. If he had knowledge, then yes, you will make him liable. If he didn't, then you will not make him liable. ठीक है? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So we are done with section 110 and 112, 111 and 112 and 113. अब ये बात समझो, मैंने अब जब 112 आपको पढ़ाया था इसलिए मैंने बनाया था कि there is a case of joinder of charges, because in every case two charges will be involved, right? So there will be joinder of charges under 221. इसलिए तो उन्होंने बोला है 112 में कि you will be liable for distinct offense distinctly. ठीक है. Now we'll start with abatement of suicide. Section 306. वैसे तो ये कल स्टार्ट करेंगे, आज सिर्फ सेक्शन पढ़ लेते हैं so that we can get a brief idea of what the section talks about. Can you guys switch on to section 306?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If any person commits suicide, whoever abets the commission of such suicide shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend 10 years and shall also be liable with to fine. अब इसमें एक there is this one interesting thing. Before closing the session, I would like to tell you that it starts with the words, if any person commits suicide. अब हमने स्टार्टिंग से ही पढ़ा है, हमने क्या पढ़ा है स्टार्टिंग से ही अबेटमेंट के बारे में, that yes, you can even be liable for the offense, you can even be liable for abatement if the actual offense is not committed. Exception है उसका intentional aiding, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Exception है उसका intentional aiding. But what about abatement to suicide? What about abatement to suicide? For instance, A abets B, and B, he does not commit suicide, and he is there. He's just staying there, and one fine day he attempts to commit suicide. Say he attempts to commit suicide, and he breaks his knee or something. Will A be liable under 306?
No.
Yes, sir. I guess.
Okay. सब लोग बोलो, सब लोग सोच के बोलो और सेक्शन पढ़ो पहले.
So can you just
Also-
repeat the scenario?
Okay. A abets B. That yes, A abets B. Okay, that you should commit suicide. He instigates him, and finally, out of provocation, he attempts suicide, but he does not die. Sorry, मैंने C लिख दिया था. He does not die. He attempts suicide and he does not die. Now the question is whether A will be liable for abetment to suicide.
Yes, sir.
For A to be liable for abatement, suicide must actually be committed as per section 306.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They will be liable.
See, before closing, I would like to tell you that see, actus reus of this offense is commission of suicide. If A does not commit suicide, if B does not commit suicide, or if B does not die, then A will not be liable under 306. Yes, he can be liable for
Abatement to attempt to suicide.
attempt to attempt.
Attempt to abatement to attempt.
Absolutely. ठीक है. And आगे डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे कि yes.
But in
So when we also get suicide is decriminalized in India, then what's the impact of like abatement?
Wait. Lot of people are speaking together. एक एक करके. You guys can raise your hands. Okay. Wait. एक साथ नहीं. आराम से एक एक करके रुको. रुको. Someone's mic is on. Wait. Give me a second. Okay. Yes, Prashant, say. Yes, Prashant, you can speak. Hello? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Prashant, speak. Are you there?
यस सर सर ये जो आपकी ऑफेंस बताया जिसमें सुसाइड अटेम्प्ट करता है बट होता नहीं है
Hmm.
तो सर ये केस फिर 116 के अंदर लायबल होगा ना अबेट ऑफ
वेट, मैं बताता हूँ आपको कि इसमें 116 अप्लाई नहीं करेगा, बिकॉज 116 में क्या लिखा है, एक चीज़ लिखी थी, वो मैं कल बताता हूँ आपको एकदम डिटेल में. जब ऑलरेडी एक स्पेसिफिक प्रोविजन है अबेटमेंट का, देन अबेटमेंट का चैप्टर विल नॉट अप्लाई. क्लियर? व्हेन ऑलरेडी एक स्पेसिफिक प्रोविजन दिया हुआ है अबेटमेंट का, तो आप अबेटमेंट का चैप्टर नहीं लगा सकते. ठीक है?
तो सर सेक्शन 511 लगेगा.
हाँ, एब्सोल्युटली 511 लगेगा. 511 फॉर अटेम्प्ट टू अबेटमेंट ऑफ सुसाइड. ठीक है? यस प्रणव.
Yes, sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, but your voice is shaking.
Sir, so I was saying that isn't there a new Mental Healthcare Act 2017 which said that notwithstanding anything in section 309, this suicide is like not punishable?
It uses one of the words which is known as severe stress. In every case, it does not override 309 per se, but that is a different issue altogether. We're not talking about 309. We're talking about 306 here. It uses the word severe stress. It says that if any person commits suicide under severe stress, and obviously he's alive, then you won't hold him liable under 309. But it uses the word severe stress.
Sir, so if I agree, if there is this severe stress and the person is like not liable under 309, then the abettor should also not be liable under 306 if there is no liability under 300.
I would disagree with this, because since he is not liable, then abettor should not be liable. That does not make sense. There are two aspects to it. Firstly, you will still the act of the abettor is very different. Act of the abettor is of instigating him. It is because of him that he has committed suicide, so you will obviously create his liability, right? We'll end it here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Wait,
So
section.
please tell the list of topics that we have covered.
See, I have covered section 2 to 4. I have covered punishments also. Fine. And I have covered this. Yes, Mahima.
So can I just have a minute?
Yeah, sure.
So, guys, there are 12 recorded lectures in your Indian Penal Code course. The separate course of Indian Penal Code contains 12 recorded lecture. The live recorded lectures are conducted by Sir only. So you can refer to the list of topics from there only. And one of the students texted me during the class that he wants the revision class, the one revision class of all the previous topics. So is there any other student who from the new batch who also thinks the same? So if the majority
yes.
of students if there's a majority, we can arrange a revision class tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. Do any of you feel like it is getting difficult for you to catch up? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. At times it got a bit difficult, ma'am, because this was my first class of IPC.
Okay. So
Ma'am, and there are recorded
Yeah.
lectures here. Ma'am, there are only 2 recorded lectures here.
Who's this?
Ma'am, Sarthak.
Sarthak, Sarthak, the course is rearranged. When you will open the third section, there is a section Indian Penal Code. There are topic-wise notes, assignments, and then the recorded lectures. The red marked section is the recorded lecture.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys. So I'll inform on the group itself when the revision class is arranged. Sir will. Sir, is that okay with you?
Yeah, not an issue. Not an issue. That won't be a problem.
Okay. Now you may end the class, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yes. Any doubts?
No, sir.
We'll end it.
Sir, I'm still a bit confused between section when 1010 applies and when the other sections are clear, but when the 1010 section applies, that's the bit.
1011 or 102, 1013?
1010 सर. It's like कि एक 1010 में ये बोल रहा है कि जो एक्ट अबेट हुआ है उसके अलावा अगर कुछ अबेट हो जाता है तो भी वो लाइबल है, उस हिसाब से अबेटर लाइबल होगा. और जो बाकी के सेक्शन में वो ये बात कर रहे हैं कि जो एक्ट हुआ है उसके लिए अबेटर लाइबल होगा. मतलब जो उसने 10 बोल रहा है कि जो उसने अबेट करा है उसके लिए लाइबल होगा, और बाकी के सेक्शन बोल रहे हैं जो एक्ट होगा उसके लिए वो लाइबल होगा. तो सर कैसे यूज होगा? मतलब दे आर कॉन्ट्राडिक्टिंग ईच अदर ना?
नहीं, एक्चुअली नहीं. 1010 क्या बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा है? इफ यू रीड 1010 इट सेज दैट सी, अगर ए ने एक इंटेंशन से अबेटमेंट की है और बी ने दूसरे इंटेंशन से with a different intention he does the final consequences. Say he causes C's act with different intention. In that case हम ये मानेंगे कि जो A ने intention एक्यूब किया है, वो जो B का जो इंटेंशन है वो A का ही इंटेंशन है. B ने A का ही इंटेंशन दिया है और B की लाइबिलिटी A की लाइबिलिटी A के इंटेंशन के हिसाब से ही हम डिसाइड करेंगे. हम B के इंटेंशन को उस केस में नहीं देखेंगे.
Okay, sir. Can we say that A's intention is for getting the property and B's intention is due to some rivalry?
Yeah, no,
A will be punished as per his intention.
That is motive.
Okay.
That is motive ना. Rivalry motive हो गया, property लेना motive हो गया. See, ideally जो section 108 है ना, 8 का part 2, उसमें ये केस आइडियली सिमिलर उससे ही है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ए ने किसी अनसाउंड माइंड को, अ पर्सन ऑफ अनसाउंड माइंड को इंस्टिगेट कर दिया और सी की डेथ कॉज कर दी, सी की डेथ कॉज करने के लिए. अब आइडियली अनसाउंड माइंड अंडर सेक्शन 84 इज नॉट लायबल बिकॉज ही कैन नॉट इनकलकेट एनी इंटेंशन, राइट? इफ यू सी बीज इंटेंशन तो ए भी छूट जाएगा ना. So in order to hold A liable, हम ये मानेंगे कि जो B ने एक्ट कमिट किया था वो A के इंटेंशन की तरह ही किया था एंड B की लाइबिलिटी A के इंटेंशन के हिसाब से होगी. ऑब्वियसली B को तो बेनिफिट मिलेगा उसकी इनकेपेबिलिटी का, बट A will not.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir. We assume in this case that the child can't have intention to kill C.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we end it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, Mahima, you are still raising your hand.
No, sir. I'm sorry. I forgot to.
No issues. So we'll end it here. Fine. Good night, guys.
Thank you, sir.